Disseminating Filipinos through the American eyes. The Moral Country utilized moral artists to tell their stories behind American presence in the Philippines. Brody examines the tools, how the Americans and the Filipinos were compared through the late 19th century and early 20th century. He goes over the exoticized bodies, odd customs, and contaminated blood. The American colonial policy was formulated to make the Filipino people more Occidental and less Oriental. The ethnographic curiosity relates to the curiosity in one's culture and customs. New York Evening Journal published an article of Funston's companions in prison for Aguinaldo. Using comical headlines, the writers used pseudoscience and physiognomy to analyze the character traits of the Filipinos. They use it with Funston and Aguinaldo. The adjectives used to describe the Filipinos expressed a biased view of Filipinos because they were compared to Americans, as if the Filipinos would benefit more from American cultures. They were mostly expressed as savages or any negative personality they could draw from their facial expressions, using their eyes, mouth, nose, etc. And you can see right here they have zoomed in images in the article where they draw from the shape of their eyebrows, the way their eyes look, the way their mouth is placed. An example of physiognomy is describing the Igorot warrior as tall, robust, and well proportioned. Their skin is brown, the hair is black, straight, and very thick, cut short over the forehead and hanging loose over their back and shoulders. They have high vertical foreheads, large black expressive eyes, and they are described as the most wildest and most savage of all island tribes in the archipelago. Brody includes this description of the Igorot warriors because that was the way the magazines or any type of media would try to portray the Filipinos. The formidable knives of Filipino warriors. It was used as a scare tactic in the New York Evening Journal to instill fear in the Americans. They did this because they wanted to express the Filipinos as savages. The hair wrapped around the knife was a symbol of uncivilized, uncultured Native Americans and how they did the same thing. The Revenge on the Filipino article in The World created a stereotype of the Filipinos, savages, obviously, who seek revenge with means that their blood infuses racially based characteristics, therefore, meaning that the blood is contaminated, and as if they are cruel. The Americans in the article are portrayed as helpless, and the Filipinos are shown as barbarous. It's kind of hard to see, but that's how Brody described it. The water cure in the American soldiers. The American soldiers are expressed as if they caught the blood of the Philippines, as if they inherited the savage lifestyle they live. The quote that Brody includes from Roland is, quite descriptive. On page 73, he includes that they have seen savage sights, they have eaten the food of the savages, they have thought savage thoughts, the cries of the savages are ringing in their brains. In all their surroundings there is not one single object to remind them that they belong to an era of civilization. Their lust of slaughter is reflected from the face of those around them. They crave slaughter more than food and sleep, homesickness and fever, sun and treachery have broken down their few centuries of civilization. This image is of the form of torture called the water cure, which is a form of torture where water was forced down the nose and mouth of a Filipino to get information about the revolution.